Hey, what's going on, beautiful jellyfish? It's Tracy, sitting down for a real talk. I got my Topo Chico as beverage of choice. Do y'all have this where you live? Or maybe this is like a Texas thing. I don't know. It's really good. It's carbonated water. I'm not a huge, like, bubbly person, but I really love Topo Chico. Also the name is so fun. Topo Chico, like, I could say that all day. Okay, so basically, I had a totally different video scheduled for today on today's agenda, but I don't know, I really was like feeling a real talk. I felt like I hadn't done a real talk in a while, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. And basically, real talks, they're like unedited, they're pretty much just like anything that comes to mind. I don't really have a set outline for what I'm going to talk about. It's just kind of like random stuff, so, you know, get ready for all over the random ramblings that go on in my head. So, where do I want to start? There's so many things that we could start with. Okay, so I'm like super over War of the Spark. Don't like it. I think I wanted like 3 cards total from the set, and I've already gotten all 3 of them. Like, that is how little cards I wanted from the set, is I wanted 3 cards, and I already got them. And I'm filming this on the day that it's going up, and it's just, I was like, yep, nope, not feeling it, don't like it. I just like, I don't know, and it was like, I just feel like it's so boring, I'm so over it, I just like don't want to, everyone keeps talking about it, and I'm like, I'm so done. And then the Mythic Edition, disaster. Guys, I called it. I really called it. In that video, I was like, guys, I don't have a really good feeling about this. I feel like something's gonna go wrong, execution-wise. It just doesn't seem like this is, like, very secure. And then everyone's like, Tracy, it'll be fine. Guess what? It's not fine. It's literally not fine. And if you don't know, I mean, which realistically at this point, like, are you living under a rock? Because I feel like everyone knows the whole disaster that basically occurred, where you had all these people trying, like, eBay had so many, like, technical issues, and basically just it confirmed that so many people got boxes, and then it refunded them. And it was just this whole disaster, and basically Paul ended up trying to get one. He tried to get it 2 times because he didn't get a confirmation for it the first time, so he tried again. And, you know, wasn't trying to buy 2 boxes, just wanted 1 box, and didn't work, got refunded. And basically their consolation prize for it going terribly is like, oh, we're just gonna give you like a sheet of like uncut magic cards. I'm sorry, what? What? I'm like really disappointed by this, and I'm not like, I'm mad. I'm just like, I feel like they could have done this so much better. Like, they messed up, and we all knew, like, this was going to happen. It was not going to be great execution-wise. And the fact that they're, like, throwing us this consolation prize, which just isn't going to be very usable. Like, give me a magic card. Don't give me a sheet of magic cards so I can put it on my wall. Like, give me a card. Like, the box toppers. Like, the box toppers were beautiful. And, like, realistically, like, I think that that's what they should have done. Now, if you kept up with my other video, realistically, my opinion on how this whole thing should have been done is they should just slide these into packs. I think that was just the best thing, because Battle for Zendikar was, please correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the first set where we did the expeditions. Everyone loved them. They were amazing. It was like an Easter egg hunt. It was so fun. I remember like hearing stories of my friends drafting Battle for Zendikar on the midnight, and like who was gonna open up like a Flooded Strand expedition. It was just so fun. And like I was talking to one of my friends, Logan, and he was like, well, Wizards of the Coast is basically saying that they have to come up with like a theme each time. Like, you had like lands, and then you had like the artifacts, like the swords and all this sort of stuff. And then like that happened, and then they were like, well, we don't have enough theme ideas. And I was like, who cares? Literally just print pretty magic cards. That's all I want in life, is pretty magic cards. Like, all I want are beautiful foil things, right? And then you had like the invocations, which were trash for so many reasons, and then they didn't do well, and Wizards of the Coast was probably like, well, people didn't like them. And it's like, we didn't like them because they were in hieroglyphics and you couldn't bloody read them. Like, literally, it was in like a different language, and a new player would open that card and be like, what? How do I read this? This is like the Sims language. And I'm like, what? Who authorized this? I am so upset at this. It was terrible. And it's just like, it's like, I feel like Wizards of the Coast, it's like something goes right, and they're like, but what if we try this? And it's like, why fix something that's not broken? Everyone loved it before. I don't think I've heard anyone say that they didn't like finding one of those in a pack. They're stunning. They're absolutely beautiful. Why do we not continue with that train? And we're doing this whole mythic expedition, mythic thing for, you know, as a substitute or whatever they're trying to be, and it's just, I'm not feeling it. I'm over it, and I feel like War of the Spark, the set's boring, I don't like it, I can't say enough terrible things about it, I just don't like it. And basically, I am so ready to move on to the next thing. So Paul and I were in the car talking, and we have the next set. Guys, I'm so bad with names. It's like the Masters thing, but it's like skipping standard. I don't know what it's called, but I'm really excited for this next thing because they're gonna do like a lot of reprints of like legacy staples and things like that, and like new cards, and it's cards that are not legal in Modern, which I'm still skeptical on the fact that they're not doing Modern reprints, even though it's a set for Modern. Kind of confusing. They're introducing a ton of new cards that had previously been only like older cards, basically. I'm really excited about this as an EDH player because I feel like there's going to be a lot of really solid cards that I'm really excited to get reprinted that aren't already legal in Modern. Now, from a Modern standpoint, I don't play Modern anymore, you guys know, but I'm really excited to see what this does to Modern because I feel like it's going to shake a ton of things up. I think it's going to affect the ban and unban list, I'm hoping. Now, I don't necessarily know the dates, and I always get confused about when the ban list, I think there's one in June and one in like September. I think they're every like 3 or 4 months. I feel like I'm lying right now. I don't really know, but I'm really excited to see what how that ends up impacting the ban and unban list and what they're going to kind of like do with it. So it's going to be really interesting. I think it's going to shake up a lot of different types of things, and I'm really excited to see what that does. I feel like all this hype over War of the Spark, and I feel like I'm in like the minority of people who just don't care for it, and I feel like I'm really excited to like move on to the next thing. The hype, it's just like boom, and then we have like this Mythic Edition disaster. I'm like, can we just you know, and I had like a thing, like I was like, I feel like I've been so like busy, like rush, and then I kind of like took a moment today where I was like pausing, and I was like, I'm like genuinely excited about this, and I feel like I haven't felt that because I didn't feel that about War of the Spark, and I feel like I've kind of haven't had that in a while, like several months of being like genuinely excited. And then just kind of thinking, I feel like sometimes things are moving so quickly that we don't stop and appreciate like how great things are sometimes. And that can get like that's really hard to kind of do, right? Is to like pause and be like, oh, let me like look at something that's really good that's happening when there's all these like negative things occurring. So I don't know, it was just kind of like a really cool moment that I had earlier that I just wanted to share, just of like, I feel like I love that feeling. Like I love that feeling of like genuine excitement over new cards that are coming out, and I really can't wait till I have that feeling, because I have that right now, and I can't wait until we get more cards spoiled, and I'm just like looking forward to this. I think it's going to be a really solid, I think it's just going to be like a really solid thing. So I guess the other thing that I wanted to like mention on kind of like a different note was I've just kind of like decided this one thing that, you know, I've been going into like mages like every Friday. That's the day I play Magic. Maybe in the summer I'll go in and play more. I'm not 100% sure because I'll have more time. But I basically was like, we were playing yesterday, and we were playing with people who like, some of the people that I play with are not like in my social play group. And I basically decided last night, I told Paul, I was like, hey, I feel like for the last couple of weeks we haven't really been getting the chance to see our friends as much, and I really want to get the chance to play with our friends more. So I think what I decided to do is basically just like, if there are people that aren't necessarily in my group, my social group, or people that I want to play with, or people who I like, I'm just like, I want to stick to like a really, really tight-knit group of people. And I feel like I'm going to start kind of like denying people games of EDH, and that may make me sound like a jerk, but I feel like I like to stay in my tight-knit circle, and I feel like recently like Magic hasn't been as fun for me, and I feel like a lot of that is like these last couple weeks, you know, we're ending school. I work at a school, and so it's like very high stress, and not all of it is like bad or anything. It's just like, you know, testing is coming up, and it's just like there's a lot of stuff going on, and I feel like I've been so busy, and like Magic has been like that thing to kind of like let me chill. And I feel like these last couple times that I've been playing Magic, these last couple weeks, it just hasn't been fun because I haven't been playing with the people that are my really good friends that I want to like enjoy my time playing Magic with. Now, some of my friends have significantly higher powered decks than me, and some of that does impact my view of the game, but I have like my one friend Chuck, who I love, and he really needs to be featured on one of my videos. But he has a totally different like power level of decks than me. His are so much more powerful and so much more expensive, but I love him as a person, and he's one of my closest friends here in Texas, and I'm like, I don't care if you crush me in EDH every game, I just love playing with you, and you're like a person that I can like joke with, and like I feel like part of like for me playing is like making funny jokes with my friends and like having a great time, and I feel like so much of that is like getting lost when I'm not with the people that I'm around, that I'm with people that aren't necessarily a part of my social circle. So I don't know, it's just kind of like I feel like it's gonna be a little weird maybe at like the beginning to kind of like tell people like, no, I'm sorry, like I feel like I'm being like very specific about like the parameters of like what I want. It's just like I feel like I'm also missing out on opportunities to play with the people that I really want to play with, because you guys know, like if you play Commander, sometimes when you walk into a store and you're all coming at different times, like, you know, I may come at like 6 o'clock, but then someone else has come at like 5:30 and they've already started an EDH game, and you're trying to like timeline all this kind of stuff, but it's making me miss out on playing with people that I really want to, and I'm bummed about that. So that's going to be something that I'm going to kind of like do, because I think it really does impact how I feel emotionally, because a lot of like my like unwinding from the week comes from playing Magic, and if it's going to be a stressor, like I was trying to figure out like what is the root of my frustration, and I think like this is a really big part of like why I'm not enjoying myself as much. So this is kind of like advice to like if you're not necessarily enjoying EDH as much, maybe like ask yourself those questions and try to figure out like what are the reasons that you feel like EDH is not being it's not, you know, like I view Magic as like a fun thing, like it's a social thing, like I get the chance to like hang out with people that I really like, and if I'm not doing that, like I gotta figure out like why I'm not in a better headspace. And to me, Magic is like a game of connection and people, and I want to make sure that I'm with the people that I'm playing with, the people that I want there. So that is it for this real talk. This was kind of all over the place on a variety of different topics, but I really hope that you liked it. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe. I don't think I've ever said those words in my life before, but I feel like that is something that, I don't want to say I'm going to start doing it, but I feel like it's something to like be like, hey, if you want to like check out my channel, I post videos every Saturday for the most part. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but yeah, that is it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.